Hello, everyone. Today we're talking about orders of operations. So a lot of you might have learned this as either PEMDAS or BOMDAS, and some kind of variation of it potentially from where you are from. So again, with PEMDAS, we have parentheses, exponents, multiply, divide, add, subtract. BOMDAS, it's brackets, O for order, or it might have been of, multiply, divide, add, and subtract. Now, remember, there are a couple of rules here when we're using order of operations. First of all, multiply and divide are seen as the same level. Add and subtract are also seen at the same level. So whenever you have items coming out that are at the same level, we make sure we go from left to right by convention. Now this doing so will prevent any confusion for further calculations. Here are a list of rules that we normally follow when it comes to orders of operations. Number one, brackets or parentheses first. That's always what we look for in the first step. Secondly, we deal with the exponents. Third, we deal with multiply or divide. Now, again, if you do see multiplication and division happening at the same time, then again, we go from left to right by convention. And we always make sure that we do add or subtract last. Now, again, if you do see add and subtract happening at the same time, then again, we go from left to right by convention once again. Now, from where I'm from, we use BEDMAS because that sounds more like a word, like the mass of a bed. Now, B again stands for brackets, E for exponents, D for division, M for multiplication, A for addition, S for subtraction. So this is normally the order that we look in, but again, multiplication, division, depending which comes first, adding and subtraction, depending which comes first. So let's take a look at example A. We have 1 plus 2 times 3. In this situation, we look for brackets, there are none, look for exponents, there are none. We then look into multiplication and division, which we do see over here. This tells us that we need to do the multiplication first. So this would give us 6. So we have 1 plus 6, which gives us the answer of 7. Let's take a look at example B. We have bracket 1 plus 2, close bracket times 3. So once again, bracket says, look over here first. That's what we'll do. So we'll do what's in the brackets, which in this case is just 1 plus 2, which is 3. Again, you can keep it in the brackets if you like, and then go 3 times 3, which gives you 9. Also, once you've done what's in the brackets, if the brackets are kind of unnecessary, you can also just remove them as well, like such, and still come to the answer of 9. For example C, we can see here we have 1 divided by 2 times 4 divided by 8. Once again, we do see here that we have multiplication and division happening at the same time. Again, they're seen at the same level. So again, to prevent any confusion, we always go from left to right by convention. So for this one here, we'll first do 1 divided by 2. Now we can rewrite this as a fraction for many of us who know it, 1 over 2. That line there also means division. Times 4. 4 is same as 4 over 1. Again, any whole number is just that number over 1 as a fraction. So here we can simplify this part, and we will get 4 over 2, which we can reduce to 2 over 1, which is just 2. We haven't used the divided by 8 part yet, so we're going to do that now. We're going to go 2 divided by 8, which we can rewrite as 2 over 8. And lastly, we can simplify it down to 1 over 4. For the last example here, D, we have 1 plus bracket 2 times 3 squared plus 4 close bracket. Now once again, we look for brackets, which we see. Great. Then we take a look for exponents, which we see again. So we can focus on this exponent first. So we can change this into a 9. And we can keep everything else the same because we haven't touched it yet. So we'll just rewrite everything, but the only thing that we're changing here was the 3 squared. Then, again, I focus on the brackets because I'm not done with it yet. Inside the brackets, we see multiplication, so we do that first. So this will be 1 plus 18 plus 4. Again, the brackets are still there because I'm not done completing what's inside the brackets. put the equal sign, and then we'll go 1 plus inside the brackets. This will give us 22, which gives us an answer of 23. Now again, those brackets are kind of redundant, so again, you can just remove them as well and come to the same answer of 23. As a reminder, we have PEMDAS. Now again, multiplication and division are the same level. Addition and subtraction are the same level. So we can rearrange PEMDAS into something like this: PEMDAS or PEDMAS or PEDMAS, right? Again, you can switch around the M with D and the S with A. Again, they are seen at the same level, so you're allowed to do so. Same thing with BOMDAS, right? Or BODMAS, depending how your teacher taught it. But as you can see here, M and D can be swapped, S and A can be swapped. So now, these are meant to be guidelines, right? These acronyms are guidelines for us to figure out what should I do in which order, but it is not fixed. Again, if you have multiplication division, again, it goes from left to right if they're happening at the same time. Same thing with addition and subtraction, okay? Left to right, okay? So remember, these are guidelines and not laws. Laws are things that cannot be changed, right? You cannot find a contradiction or an example to counter these acronyms. Question to you is, what kind of examples did you struggle with when dealing with order of operations? Please write them down in the comment below so we can take a look at what kind of questions are creating more confusion around the world. Thank you for watching. I hope you found it useful. Make sure to like the video and subscribe to the channel for more content. And I'll see you in the next one.